is life. This is a design with a lens flare, and you can clearly see the yellowish lens flares close to the phones. And over here is the design without a lens flare. Even though you can make a design without a lens flare and still get an awesome result, adding lens flares to your design can help your design to have more life and then brighten your design up in places where it's needed. You must be careful not to overuse lens flares. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to get the lens flare effect for free with your mobile phone with a free app. So let's get right into it. Interface Adobe Photoshop Touch. Alright, so these are designs I've done and I've added lens flares one way or the other. So to start, you click on this icon that has the gallery and the plus button, a plus icon, and then start with new project from photo library. You click on it and then you search for the folder where your image is. Alright, so for me the image is in Pixel Lab folder, so I go to Pixel Lab folder and I start the process of scrolling down to get the image. So I'm going to pause and come back when I've gotten the image. Okay, pause. Alright, so this is the image and I'm just going to click on it and click on add. Alright, so wait for it to load. So this is the design, and now I'm going to click on layers. When I click on layers, it's stacked up diagonal squares. Alright, so when I click on layers, I'll click on plus and click on add layer, add photo layer. So now I'm going to import the lens flare at this point. Now the lens flare is in my downloads folder, so I'm just going to do the same thing. Scroll down to downloads folder to get the image of the lens flare. Alright, I'm just going to scroll. It's not that far. It's not that far. It's not that far. It's almost there. Almost there. Yeah, so this is the lens flare I'm going to be using, even though there are a host of lens flares available online, but this is the one that's mainly used. Alright, so click on add. Now this is the lens flare. Now to toggle with the size of this lens flare, you adjust the size using any one of these square and these circles. So just tap on the circles and drag to get the size you want. Alright, so when you have gotten the size that you want, click on good and then you go to layers, which the lens flare is already outlined, and then click on this other one and click on blend mode and click on screen. This enables the background to disappear and blend in with the screen. Alright, so you click on OK, and then you click on this ampersand and click on transform to enable you to move your lens flare. Alright, now so you can move your lens flare anywhere you want it to be. Alright, but then you must kind of like chart the course that the light will follow. Now my imagination is that the light comes from behind the phones. Alright, so there's kind of like a light that's there, so one lens flare, and then to copy you click on layers and then you click on plus and click on duplicate layer. Wow, you can see a little bit of highlight. So if I click on the picture, I can decide to so I've duplicated the layer. So what I do is that I click on this ampersand icon and then I click on transform to move the second lens flare where I want it. Now, the second idea of where I put the lens flare is that the light is coming from the right hand side, behind the AirPods. So this size is too big, so I just reduce it. And then place it close to the AirPods, to chart that course of light. Alright. So when I'm satisfied with what I have, I can decide to save my image that I've added a lens flare to. Alright, so you can add as many as you want. In situations where your background is dark, you can decide to add a big, okay, let's say you duplicate the bigger lens flare plus duplicate layer, and then done. You can decide to add fast and then put a very big, in cases where there's a dark background also, a big, lens flare at the top. Now this one, what it does is that it brings the reflection of the light from the top to the bottom. So in cases where you are using a dark background for a flyer, this trick that I just outlined here works really, really well for that design. Alright, so if you are satisfied, okay, so to make a layer invisible, you click on this little circle in the middle of the big circle. So I don't want to go through the stress of deleting the layer, so I just make it invisible. Alright, so so this is it. So I am satisfied with the way my lens flare is, and it's similar to what I showed you in the video. So when you're satisfied, click on done and click on save. After clicking on save, you wait a little bit, the image to get saved. And then to save, to save to your gallery, you click on this icon with the arrow on it, and then you see save to gallery. Now there are two options, JPG, JPEG and PNG. Now I'm picking the JPEG option, and you click on the image you want to save, and then click on OK and wait for it to publish, and then it saves to your gallery. Alright, so this is the final result after adding the lens flare. Alright, so practice. The link to the lens flare will be left in the description, even though you can get it for free online. You just search for lens flare. You search for the keyword lens flare, and then you get the exact same lens flare that I got. So just scroll down and you see that exact lens flare. So you can practice with other lens flares, try out. The results you get are going to be awesome. Alright, so if you got value from this video, like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one, and that's peace.